Have you ever wondered what the next step in human evolution might be? Will we just keep evolving naturally, or will we take evolution into our own hands? This is where the fascinating and sometimes controversial idea of transhumanism comes into play. So, what exactly is transhumanism? At its core, it's a philosophical and intellectual movement that advocates for using science and technology to overcome our fundamental human limitations. Think about it. Our bodies are amazing, but they're also fragile. We get sick, we age, we have cognitive limits, and ultimately, we die. Transhumanists look at these limitations not as unchangeable facts of life, but as problems that can be solved. The goal isn't just to fix what's broken, but to enhance our abilities beyond what's naturally possible. The term itself combines trans, meaning beyond or through, and human. It literally means beyond human. The movement envisions a future where we can become something more than what we are today, a post-human. This isn't about becoming robots or losing our humanity. Instead, it's about using technology to augment our humanity, to become healthier, smarter, and to live longer, more fulfilling lives. The roots of this idea go way back. You could argue that humans have always been transhumanist in a way. From the first time we used a tool to extend our reach, or created clothing to survive the cold, or developed vaccines to fight disease, we've been using technology to transcend our natural state. Transhumanism just takes this impulse to its logical next step in the age of advanced biotech, nanotech, and artificial intelligence. Let's break down the main pillars of transhumanist thought. There are generally three big areas of focus, often called the three supers: super longevity, super intelligence, and super well-being. First, super longevity. This is probably the most famous and maybe most desired goal of transhumanism. It's the idea of radically extending the human lifespan. We're not just talking about living to 100 or 120. We're talking about slowing down, or even reversing the aging process itself, potentially allowing us to live for centuries, or even indefinitely. How? Through technologies like gene editing with CRISPR to fix age-related genetic damage, regenerative medicine using stem cells to repair tissues and organs, and nanobots that could patrol our bloodstream, fighting off diseases and repairing cellular damage before it becomes a problem. For transhumanists, aging is seen as a disease, a preventable, treatable condition, not an inevitability. Next up is superintelligence. This is about augmenting our cognitive abilities. Our brains are powerful, but they have limits on memory, processing speed, and learning capacity. Transhumanism explores ways to overcome these limits. This could involve pharmacological enhancements, pills to boost memory and focus. Or it could be much more direct, like brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. Imagine having a chip in your brain that connects you directly to the internet, allowing you to access information instantly, or to communicate with others telepathically. Or perhaps we could upload our minds to a digital substrate, freeing our consciousness from the wetware of our biological brain entirely. This could also lead to the creation of artificial superintelligence, or ASI, an AI far smarter than any human, which could help us solve humanity's biggest problems. Finally, there's super well-being. This is about achieving a state of physical and emotional health far beyond our current norm. It's about eliminating suffering. On the physical side, this means using genetic engineering to eradicate hereditary diseases before birth. It means creating a world free from physical pain unless we choose to experience it. On the emotional and psychological side, it's about using technology to eliminate involuntary negative emotions like severe depression, anxiety, or trauma. The goal isn't to get rid of all sadness or struggle; those can be important for growth. but to give us control over our own emotional states, allowing us to live in a perpetual state of happiness and fulfillment if we so choose. Of course, all of this raises some huge ethical questions, and transhumanism is not without its critics. One of the biggest concerns is inequality. If these enhancement technologies are expensive, will they only be available to the wealthy? Could this create a new kind of class divide, a biological one, between the enhanced haves and the unenhanced have-nots? Imagine a world where the rich can buy intelligence, health, and extreme longevity, while the poor are left behind. This could lead to a two-tiered society, a kind of biological caste system that would make current inequalities look tiny. Then there's the question of safety and unforeseen consequences. We're talking about fundamentally altering human biology. What if something goes wrong? A bug in a brain-computer interface could have disastrous effects. Gene editing could have unintended side effects that pass down through generations. Could we accidentally engineer away something essential to our humanity, like empathy or creativity, in our quest for optimization? The playing God argument is a common one here. Are we meddling with things we don't fully understand? There are also deep philosophical questions about identity. If you replace parts of your body with machines or upload your consciousness to a computer, are you still you? Where does the human end and the machine begin? What does it mean to be human if we can change our fundamental nature? Would a post-human being still value the things we value today? These aren't easy questions, and they're at the heart of the debate. Despite these valid concerns, proponents of transhumanism argue that the potential benefits are too great to ignore. They would say that we have a moral obligation to pursue these technologies if we have the ability to cure all diseases, to end suffering, and to allow people to live longer, healthier lives. Isn't it unethical not to do so? They see it as the next great chapter of the human story, a continuation of our quest for knowledge and self-improvement. It's also important to note that transhumanism isn't a single unified ideology. It's a broad spectrum of ideas. Some transhumanists are more cautious, advocating for slow, careful steps. Others are more radical, pushing for rapid and dramatic transformation. There are democratic transhumanists who want to ensure these technologies are available to everyone, and libertarian transhumanists who believe in individual freedom to choose enhancements. So, where are we now on this journey? Many of these ideas might sound like pure science fiction, but the foundations are already being laid. We have prosthetics that are getting more and more sophisticated, connecting directly to the nervous system. We have early-stage brain-computer interfaces being tested for medical purposes. CRISPR gene editing technology is already a reality, even if its use in humans is highly regulated. The pace of technological change is accelerating, and what seems impossible today might be commonplace tomorrow. In the end, transhumanism forces us to ask some of the deepest questions about ourselves. What is a human being? What do we want to become? And who gets to decide? It's a conversation about our future, and it's a conversation that involves all of us. Whether you find the idea exhilarating or terrifying, it's undeniably one of the most important discussions of the 21st century. It challenges us to think about the kind of future we want to build and the kind of humanity we want to be. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think we should embrace technology to become more than human? Or are there lines we should never cross? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the future. See you next time.